welcome back to a new video. I am still in the same clothing as in the last week's video, but that is because I'm filming this introduction and outro in like introduction in the same at the same go. But yeah, in today's video we're gonna learn how to do a shirring panel. So we have learned how to do our pattern, and next up we're just gonna move into like cutting our fabric and making the shirring panel. I will do like a assembly video of the bodies and all that kind of like on a separate video, but shirring panel is a bit more technical kind of part of the bodice that I feel like needs its own video. So basically I'll just like shirring panel. What is shirring panel? So shirring panel, what I usually do on my dresses is like a half shirring, so it's like just like half of the bodice is shirring, so I don't need a zipper, I don't need like anything to kind of to aid me to put this on. I can just like dive into the dress and that's it, and it has like a lot of stretch, so it's very comfortable to wear and all that. But yeah, like this is shirring panel and I'm gonna show you how to make it, and then after making this video, the next video will be like assembling the bodice basically. So yes, so you have a pattern, you have drawn your pattern, you have like after this video you are able to do the shirring panel, and then we can just like move on to putting together the whole bodice. But yeah, shirring panel, stretchiness, yay. Let's go. Okay, so start off by measuring the side seam length of your pattern. For me it's 16 centimeters, and you need to cut a long rectangle that has a seam allowance with it, of course. So you need to add to the side length measurement 1 centimeter, and because you are cutting the whole like shirring panel on fold, so it will need to be the side seam length times 2 plus 2 centimeters. Here are the like proper measurements that you need to do for the shirring panel. After you've cut the shirring panel, iron it down so that you have the fold at the middle of the piece so that it's easier to sew. The width of the channel for the elastic band is dependent on the width of the elastic band. So measure your elastic band and add a couple millimeters to the measurement to know how wide you want the channels to be. The distance between the channels is about 4 centimeters, depending of course on the height of your shirring panel, and I do them on like equal intervals from each other and leave about like 1.5 centimeter gap in the raw edge side of the shirring panel. My elastic band was 7.5 millimeter wide, so the channels that I made are roughly 1 centimeter. The length of the elastic band is your waist measurement divided by 2. For me it's about 40 centimeters, but I do cut like a couple centimeters less, so maybe 38 centimeters. I highly recommend you get a bodkin if you plan to make a lot of dresses. It helps with the like elastic or putting in the elastic a lot. I used to use safety pins for like many years, but you have just no idea how many times I have poked my finger with the needle when it comes unhooked inside the channel and then it's stuck and it's just like a whole ordeal. But with Botkin this cannot happen, so I really recommend if you plan to do a lot of shearing panels or skirts with elastic waistbands or whatever. So it helps a lot with the elastication process. So when you have put in the elastic so that the other end is just about to go in, pin it down so that you don't lose it, and then keep on going all the way to the other end and then pin it down, and you have one channel done. And then you just need to continue or like repeat this same step for all of the channels that you have. After you have put in all of the elastics, you can kind of like pull the height, shearing panel height wise to even out the shearing panel. This makes the most satisfying noise I've ever heard. It's just so nice. It's like so soothing and so but yeah, finally just sew down the end of the shearing panel so that you can like attach the elastic band into the shearing panel, so you can just remove the pins while you sew, and this eases up the sewing process when you attach the shearing panel to the bodice. So yes, now you know how to make shearing panel. Just this part without like needing to sew it onto the bodice yet. We're gonna do that in the next video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something today here, and yeah, we will see you in the next video then. Bye.